Wow. Imagine someone who only started watching Marvel in 2017 trying to educate you. Hi, everyone. I'm Cameron Goodman,
And I'm Cameron Gonzalez.
and welcome to the CamSquared podcast where we talk about whatever we want.
So, episode 3 starts off with a GRC commercial, which is the Global Rehabilitation.
Global Repatriation Council.
Repatriation Council. And I said it made me think of the WandaVision commercials first, and then Cameron brought up that it reminded her of the actual COVID commercials we're seeing now, which I also agree with.
Because they were like, yeah, it's time to get back to the normal. We'll help you out. And I'm like, I'm triggered. Let's move on. I don't like this commercial.
Yeah. And then it goes into John Walker hopping out of the GRC van and going to that man who was sheltering Carly and the rest of the Flag Smashers last episode, and I was saying he's way more aggressive than Steve. Like Steve would never be so mean to a civilian like that he's trying to get info from. Like he went in like
you hear him? He said this is what he said, don't give him time to like
breathe or
delete. Yeah, he said don't give him like time to delete or something, and don't give him time to breathe. And I'm like, you could have just said the first two things, but
yeah, so he's definitely way more aggressive than Steve. Also, we see Lemar can also speak multiple languages. However, Cap doesn't, which shows that he's very USA centered. Like
he's ethnocentrist.
Yeah, he's only fighting for America and America's interests, which is very clear. I mean, he is Captain America, but like it's more clear with him.
The original Captain America, he was pretty much for everybody. Because when this is one thing I remember from the first Avenger, when Stanley Tucci asked him like if he wanted to go like fight Nazis, and he's like, I just don't like bullies. That was his shtick. This guy's like, America. I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's also funny because that guy could speak English. Like he spoke English in the previous episode, and he just was refusing to talk to him.
He just didn't come in with the right energy. And then my favorite part of the episode was when that guy was like, yeah, I know who you are and I don't care. I said, yeah. Period.
He dropped in the English just to say fuck you. He's like, I could have been answering the whole time,
but because you want to act like that, fuck you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I said Lemar is kind of like very understanding of the Flag Smashers movement, like more than John is, because like he's like, yeah, I mean they're helping people. Like, of course, people are gonna protect them, and of course, John's like, arr. And I definitely see like a rift being caused between the two of them. So I definitely think they're gonna split up. Like John's gonna go bad, and Lamar's gonna have to like.
Yeah. John don't give a fuck about the other side's cause or their perspective. He just wants like all the glory for himself. He's like, I want to catch these people and be America's golden boy.
Exactly. And I said I don't hate Lemar anymore. I did hate him last episode, but I don't hate him anymore.
Okay, do you want to skip to the prison?
Yeah, that's the next point.
Okay, so we get Zemo. He comes out of darkness, which I think is interesting. It seems like a callback to the opening of The Godfather. Have you seen that movie? Like it starts off like in darkness and then it gradually gets lighter and lighter. And it's like that is basically a camera trick. It's like people can't like emerge out of darkness like that. Mm-hmm. So they're like, yes, this is a dark character. Yeah. It was cute. Also, his theme is back from Civil War.
I noticed that as well. This is also just like a random point, but like Zemo's prison cell number is different than last episode for some reason. Last episode it was like a 2187 or something, and this time it started with 6. Not important, but I did notice that.
Last time wasn't it like Princess Leia's cell number? Don't they put that in a lot of movies? Someone needs to get fired. Whoever is on
the continuity. I'm right about the continuity for once. And then I also said not Zemo saying the activation words. Ciao.
He's just a bitch, honestly. It's like it's not necessary. Is that necessary to your end goal? No.
No.
You just want to fuck with him.
Yeah. I said the prison break scene was awesome because I loved how like Bucky was like telling Sam like the plan while it was actually happening, and then like Zemo just casually walks in like, "Hey."
Yeah.
I thought that was
Oh, so Zemo in his cell, he said he was reading Machiavelli, and Machiavelli's most popular work is The Prince. And the basic argument is that the ends always justify the means. So he's kind of like a Malcolm X. By any means necessary, we gotta do what's right. The end goal doesn't matter how many people die, which is kind of like what Zemo was about in Civil War. He was like, I don't like superheroes because they cause too much collateral, so I'll blow up the UN.
that. Okay. That didn't really make any sense. I'm gonna be
But
honest.
I'm saying he's saying the ends, no superheroes,
Uh-huh.
justifies the means blowing up.
I had to blow up the UN
So I
just.
had to blow up the UN.
And yeah, I also wrote the end justifies the means, and I said like Bucky was he's kind of just been a tool his whole life. I mean, as a soldier for the U.S., you're obviously a tool for the U.S. and its causes, and then he was a tool for Hydra as the Winter Soldier. Even Zemo used him in his fight to end superheroes. So yeah, he's pretty much been a tool his whole life, and that's sad.
That is very sad. Also, he is stupid. Maybe it's a good thing he was a tool and not making his own decisions.
Nice.
Because by breaking Zemo out, he caused an international incident. It's like, okay, this guy blew up the UN. Okay, so every country is probably on his ass. He killed King T'Chaka.
Mm-hmm.
He's very dangerous. And Bucky's like, I think we should just let him out just so we can find who's
We
getting
need
this super.
information, and obviously he can help us. Yeah,
I
no,
mean, it's like, I don't know. I feel like the powers that be could eventually get the Flag Smashers. I don't think you need to break out a guy that's willing to kill every politician for one goal. Like, don't bring him out of prison.
yeah. However, I did say that Zemo is kind of badass and also very smart, but we kind of already knew that from Civil War. Like, obviously, he
Yeah.
orchestrated that whole thing. But yeah, he's definitely very smart, and Bucky's very dumb, and he needs to watch his back.
Yeah, I feel like Zemo is kind of like Loki esque. He's just like a messy bitch.
Hmm. Definitely a messy bitch. Also, I said Bucky's whole like spiel to Sam being like, "Come on, do this for me." I was like, "Oh, puppy dog eyes," just begging Sam to help him like he would Steve. Like he's like, "Come on, you stuck your neck out for Steve and me before. Like just do it again, you know."
If I was him, I'd be like, bro, but I hate you now.
He hated him then too, though.
I mean, that was when he first, yeah. But now I really hate you because I've had time to know you. They had just met. So,
He's like, "I hate you, but I care about you." I guess.
yeah.
And then I said Sugar Daddy Zemo because he's rich as fuck all of a sudden, which I'm very confused because I could have sworn in Civil War, like, he was acting like his family was poor, like, they were like sheltered in like one room and stuff. And I was like, if you're rich, like, shouldn't y'all have been better protected in Sokovia? Like, I feel like they should have had a bomb shelter or something. They could have private jetted out of the city as soon as shit was going down. Like, his family, if he was so rich, his family should still be alive. Just saying.
Yeah. Whatever. Maybe they were slumming it just for fun, I guess, on that day.
This is Aladdin, Princess
Yeah,
Jasmine.
weren't they visiting his father-in-law? So like his wife's dad, who might not have been rich as fuck like him,
I guess maybe.
maybe.
Even
Um,
then, why are you not gonna help your wife's family?
maybe he's one of those old guys that's like, I grew up in this house.
I must stay
I
here.
must die in this house. I don't know.
I can see that. I can see that. But yeah, I was like, damn, his family was rich and they still weren't protected. Wow. Um, But
He
yeah.
needs to let his butler retire. That was the oldest man I've ever seen.
Also, I'm very surprised like his butler and like private jet and stuff was still available to him. Like, how long was he supposed to be locked up and these people were already on call for him? That's definitely interesting.
He probably did some corrupt stuff to get all that money. So they're probably like, "Oh, he
Well,
out of
he's a
jail."
baron, so
Hmm?
his family's royalty. He's a
I
baron.
mean, okay, yeah, but he could all you could be a corrupt royal.
All royals are corrupt. Looking at you, royal family of Britain.
Prince Andrew.
And then for the plane scene, I said, I said Bucky choke me like like how he did when homeboy had his notebook, and also that's Steve's notebook, as they mentioned. I noticed that before though. Um,
Add pickpocketing to Zemo's skill set.
right.
So,
um,
who was flying the plane? We didn't see the pilot. Was the butler flying it?
no,
That
because
old
Butler was
man?
like serving them food while they're in air.
Okay, where's the pilot at? We ain't
We
seen.
don't need to see the pilot. Not important.
Mhm.
I said that Zemo's line about Marvin Gaye was so funny, and it caught me off guard. How he was just like, "Yes, it's a masterpiece. It describes the African American experience." I was like,
Sam was like, if you don't shut your Eastern European ass up talking about like you know what's going on.
"Yeah." He said
I
that was
think
out of line, but you're right. So I'm gonna let it slide.
Zemo was just trying to like stir up beef between them. He's like, let's stir up some racial tension real quick because I like drama between him and Bucky.
Like you said, he's a messy man. I also noted that Zemo always calls Bucky James, which is like respect.
Yeah,
Like,
I think people that don't know him well call him James, like
mhm.
a therapist.
And then the episode goes to Carly at the GRC like camp. And I said the dubbed over lines bother me because
Oh,
we never see who's speaking to her like, oh Carly, come.
oh no, it's that guy later. The accent
Really?
gave it away. It's the guy, the Asian guy, with the long hair.
But I know, but the lines are still like dubbed over. Like that person is never there, like walking with her, unless it's like a past conversation or I don't know. It was
Yeah, I think yeah, it is kind of weird because you don't figure out who's talking till later, and that's only if you remember his voice.
mhm.
But yeah, I think she was outside. He called her over, was like, "You should go see her." Blah blah blah. She goes and sees the lady. But yeah, yeah, I guess it was weird.
You can definitely tell though that scene was not. It was originally supposed to be something else. Because I said it just felt very random and it like literally did not have any backstory to it. Like it was just like this random lady dying in bed. And I was like, why does her death matter to the cause? Like I want to know more about like what that connection, like was that her mother? Like who was that person? There's not enough backstory to that scene that it feels so out of place to me. I guess it shows like, oh, Carly's doing this for someone who died, but like who is this person who died? Why are they important?
I think she's doing it for general. Like I think Carly's like these camps are overcrowded and like obviously there's not enough resources. So like deaths like this, I think the lady died of tuberculosis. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, don't nobody need to die of tuberculosis in this day and age. So
True.
she was kind of mad about that. Yeah, they could have explained who the fuck that person was to her. They might do it later. We'll
I
see.
also I also feel like Carly was wanted at this time and she was able to just stroll around that. So I definitely feel like that was probably supposed to be somewhere else in the series, like after like she's exposed for being wanted. Cause like I'm pretty sure they have people working there who would recognize her and be like, yo, police, Carly Morgenthau is here.
I mean, like, this isn't her fault. You know, it's not like because you cast an actor because they're good for the part, but she's the most obvious looking person on the fucking planet. They're
Black
like,
girl with a fiery red.
yeah, we're looking for this black ginger girl, and she's really freckly. If you see her, you mean, oh, that girl right there, whose hair is never covered up. What the fuck?
Right.
Look for an
Yeah.
orange afro. You got her.
Also, I wrote this later on, but I'm obsessed with her hair because I've been wanting to dye my hair like ginger for like the last few months. So yeah, I think it
That
looks
color though?
maybe like not as bright, cause like but like ginger, yeah. Anyways, I said Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan look good as fuck in Madripoor, like on that like bridge scene.
Was
Um,
was
and I
Bucky
also
exposed?
what'd you
What
say?
was he wearing? I don't even remember what he was wearing. Was
His faux winter soldier outfit. I mean, like it seemed like he had like a vest on and like
okay. Was his arm out? Yeah, right.
I think so, yeah. And also, I like his hair. His hair looks nice, shortcut.
I have to say, okay, who came up with white men's haircut? Because how would you? Because if you're black, you just get
Like a fade.
the clippers. Yeah, you go zhuzh, or you grow it out, or you dread it, or whatever. But it's like Bucky's hair, for example. It's like let cut it in a way to where it lays down on the back,
Hmm.
of their head.
But then it's like floppy hair.
But in
Like
the front, make it kind of long and then square shape. Like, how did you come? Who came up with that, and how?
it's a very great question. I wish I could answer it,
I
but I
guess it's not just. I guess it's everyone that is not black. How did you come up with that hair? No, not even everyone with like straightish hair. Like, cause I feel like Middle Eastern guys just be letting it do its thing too.
can't. Yeah, definitely. Back to the show though. I said Madripoor reminds me of Singapore. Very sexy looking, because Singapore is sexy. And I
It's
also said, why were they randomly walking on that bridge to a random car? Because like, where did they come from?
to get
They
a
were just
sweet
walking.
shot.
I think that was just supposed to be a nice shot because it really didn't make
Yeah,
any sense. But they looked hot, so I'll allow it.
because
Um,
this full-on coat
his fur
or
collar,
collar, no matter the temperature.
looking like a sugar daddy pimp.
Yeah, he said I have to stun on him no matter what.
And I said the Filipino like trap music in the background was dope as fuck. And we're later gonna see Zemo dance.
Yeah, that was good.
And then there was the power brokers watching graffiti on the wall, and later on, Zemo talks about the power broker using he him pronouns. And I said, but I'm not really convinced that it's a male yet. Like it could be anyone because like no one's seen them. But I feel like we always assume villains are males, so I think it would be very interesting if the power broker was actually a woman.
Are we just going to talk about this?
Yes, there's a theory out there that Sharon is the power broker. Um, I think it's possible, but I also feel like she might just be working for the power broker.
Mhm.
Um, I
Mine
talked.
is that I like don't care if Sharon's power broker, I'll be like, okay, it makes sense. If it's a random, I'm like, okay,
You're like,
cool.
I don't care at all about the villain of this series.
Yeah, I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just here for the ride, I guess.
The power broker is actually Agatha, who is actually Mephisto. Bam.
You wrapped it all up.
Wrapped it up.
You wrapped.
Agatha somehow escaped her personal hex and became the power broker.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, I forgot to talk about this with Carly. I guess we come around to it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so she and Zemo are both Machiavellian thinkers because she's also a by any means necessary person. Let
Mm-hmm.
me blow up this building full of people just doing their job.
Yeah.
And then that guy, that Australian guy, was like, "Bruh, you're fucking insane."
She also was like, violence is the only language like they understand. Like it's the only way they'll listen, which is very true. I mean, you don't really get hurt unless you make some noise with some violence.
Yeah.
So yeah, I support the cause, but damn, sis, that was wild. But back to Madripoor. The snake venom shot scene was very entertaining. I said Anthony Mackie is just hilarious to me. I'm always laughing when he's on screen.
I would have literally walked away. I would have been like, thanks for a shot, walked away, like dumped it on the floor somewhere,
Take it.
came back. Hmm?
Walked away to take it.
Yeah, but like like, "Oh, I'm gonna go dance for a little bit or something."
I think it was very clear that that man wanted him to take it in front of him to prove himself. So he was
Oh
like,
god. A snake? Why you just have the snake there? Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I couldn't have done that. And then we see Bucky being the Winter Soldier again, which I said was very nice to watch, but I know it's terrible for his mental health.
Yeah, his theme was back too. The,
Mhm.
like, from The Winter Soldier, actually. The one was like,
Yeah, the scream kind of.
yeah.
I said another problem is that there were cameras recording them. Like there was multiple people. Like, oh my god, like look at this fight. It's gonna end up on World Star, and Bucky's gonna be in trouble because he's not supposed to be out here fighting. So he's breaking the terms of his release and his therapist rules. So that's definitely gonna come back to bite them in the butt. And I also
Also, the Zemo.
he's clearly you can clearly see like Zemo like egging him on and like encouraging it. So yeah, that's gonna be bad. Also Sam asking if he was okay afterwards. That could have blown their cover, but I was still like, aw, bestie.
Yeah. And Bucky didn't say anything. He was like, "You fucking moron. I'm
He,
not supposed to talk." Yeah.
um, I said the phone call scene with like Selby was very stressful, but
That
so
was kind of
funny.
funny.
It was funny but stressful.
Yeah, he was talking to his sister. He's like,
He was
"When I
like,
had that bacon
problem?
too."
What problem we got? Please describe the problem that you were discussing with me.
Right, she just like was not even cooperating. I thought it was funny that Zemo was like when Zemo was offering Bucky, he was like grabbed his face. He grabbed his like he like stroked his chin and then he was like and I'm like, what are you doing?
I would have broke character.
I know I would have like literally I'm like, how did you film this scene? I would never I would or the choking scene. I would have busted out laughing too. They choke. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? But I guess that's why I'm not an actress.
No, I don't. I could never. I think about it all the time. I'd be like, oh my god, I want to act. But then I remember I took film in high school, and I used to laugh at every take of anything we did. Like, it's so funny. It's just so funny. But
Yeah.
bloopers are also great. We love bloopers. Then after Selby's killed, I said, why did Zemo tell them to leave their weapons? That was kind of dumb. Like, it was very clear that people already knew to be after them. So like, might as
Yeah.
well have your weapons to defend yourself. And then I
Yeah, I
said,
don't know what his rationale was.
yeah. Also, he like split up from them for a second, and I was like, damn, he's turning on him.
He thought he was just gonna dip. He was like, well,
I mean, Sam
thanks.
and Bucky were running forward, and he like dipped to the right. I was like, where he going?
He
But
was like, y'all dumb as hell. Why are running in front of the guns?
valid. They did not choose the alleyways. They chose the main street, running straight, not even zigzag.
Yeah.
I said, then we get Sharon the sharpshooter, such a badass.
Yeah, she had been trailing them in the club. Like when they first walk in the club, you see her like put her hood up, which I only caught on the second watch. Because I was like, who the fuck?
Yeah, I noticed that on
Selby
the
the
second
first
watch as
time.
well. I was wondering, is it her who killed Selby then? Like,
Yeah,
was she watching out for them? Yeah.
yeah.
I also noted that I knew she wasn't off the hook with the US government. How you were like, oh, maybe she works for another agency now. I was like, she's definitely in trouble. Like she's not working for them.
I mean, she could just be lying again, like she lied to Cap because he thought she was a nurse. And then she pops up, I'm actually Agent 13 and I'm here to like watch you. And he's like, watch me. Bitch, I fought a super Nazi.
That's valid. That's valid. But I did say her like, I stole your wings to save his ass from his ass line was like golden. I love that line. It made me laugh a lot. And then I also said I hate that the Avengers didn't protect her after helping them. But I guess it wasn't really the Avengers at that point, it was the bad side. And after also I said Steve is not shit for going back in time to be with her aunt after they had that kiss in Civil War.
Yeah, what happened between I think she had to have been over it by that point, right? Because he had to go off the grid for 2 years. Oh, so did she.
Yeah, so did
Uh,
she.
Maybe they tried to date and they're like, nah. In
I mean,
those 2 years.
it sounded like she went straight to Madripoor and been
Mm.
making a life for herself there.
I'm just trying to make it better for her. Maybe they had an amicable breakup and it wasn't too like.
I mean, I don't really think she feeling Steve now after that line where she was like, "Superheroes are bullshit. Y'all are just
Yeah.
like symbols." I said, "Okay, homegirl feeling a little salty." And then she called Bucky Mr. America, and I was like, what she really wanted to say is Mr. America Cap's boyfriend, not best friend. um, yeah, I definitely, I we've already discussed how much we hate Steve's ending, but like, why even build that romance between him and Sharon at all?
Why even put that in there to begin with? Why was that an option
That
for
was unnecessary.
each other? That was like John and okay, it wasn't John and Daenerys level forced, but it was bad. Don't don't do that again.
Don't do that shit again. But yeah. And I also pointed out the scene where Bucky is apparently an art aficionado, and he's like, all museum art is fake. And I was like, I told you museums can't be trusted for protection, which is also a lesson you should have learned from Black Panther. Black Panther literally opens with the museum being robbed.
Yeah. Is this the episode where so they're back on the plane? Oh, so they go see that scientist guy.
Mm-hmm.
Zemo shoots him because he's like, I don't want anyone to know to make super soldiers. Then Zemo gets the mask. What
Mm-hmm.
is that mask? Like I know it's from the comics, but like what is it supposed to be? What is it?
That's just his villain mask.
So he had a villain mask before prison, and
I think he does wear it in Civil War at some point.
I feel like he really doesn't. I feel like he really doesn't.
Back to what we were talking about.
Do we want to talk about Sam and Bucky's conversation on the plane ride back from Madripoor?
No, I want to talk about Dr. Nagel again.
Okay. Cool.
Um, okay, bam. I said the container lab was cool, Dr. Nagel's container lab. And then I also say not him using Isaiah's DNA to remake the serum. I was like, there it goes. It comes back up. But yeah, I said that was sad. And then later, well, I guess this is the plain conversation when they're like, when Sam's like, he just called him like an American test subject, like he's not even a person to these people. And I was like, yeah, that was very dehumanizing, and I hated that.
Mhm. Yeah, Nagel probably didn't seem like the guy to give a fuck to begin with.
He said, I'm just going to be a powerful scientist.
Yeah, he said, I don't care. This isn't about systematic racism. He's like, I don't care about anybody.
I don't care about anyone but my power of being the greatest scientist
Mhm.
since Stanley Tucci. I don't remember his last.
Yeah, Erskine.
Erskine. I knew
Yeah.
it started with an E, but I was like, Eisenhower? No.
That boy got shot in the chest, so dreams crushed.
And then I also was like, this is a very out there theory, but like, what if like Zola is somehow the power broker?
Is that the guy with the goggles that was in the computer? And oh, that maybe, probably. It
I
was
I feel like that
not
wasn't the last
probably,
of
but
him.
very likely. Not very likely.
I feel like he could make a reappearance. And
Yeah.
then I already talked about how I think Sharon might be working for the power broker, but I got that idea from that scene where she's getting in the car and she's like, we've got a problem. Actually, a couple of them. And I'm like, oh, damn, she did not plan for Dr. Nagel to be killed. Like,
Yeah.
I think she wanted them to find Carly, like, for her, for the power broker. So, like, Zemo fucked up that plan. So she gonna be in trouble with the power broker, definitely.
Yeah, maybe.
And I also said Sharon's, like, fighting scenes, like, taking down all those men
Yeah,
outside the container.
we're back to good choreography.
I said the
Yeah.
choreography of those scenes was amazing.
There was a point where she used a guy as a shield. And yeah, I'm like, you're still in real life, you'd still die. The bullets would go through him, but that was pretty sick.
those bullets should have went through him too.
Yeah, but it was still pretty good.
And I said we also get to see Zemo's fighting skills from his military special ops days. Yeah, and he make the place go boom.
Yeah, didn't make the place go boom. He said, "Y'all are exerting so much energy. How about I just with
um,
my hand for dramatic flair?"
yeah, I said another random thought in my mind was how the fuck did he manage to find a car in one of those shipping containers?
I was assuming it was his shipping container.
Hmm.
He knows Matter before, and he's rich, so it's like, why not keep one of my vintage cars gassed up in a
That's
ship?
probably already his. And then I said we get that call back to Civil War with the car scene. Like, can you put your seat up? No. And then he's like, so you're not gonna put your seat up? He was like, no. I said, okay, revenge.
What if they had just had one of those like middle finger battles where like you don't say anything? Like Bucky just turns around and they're just like, have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that episode 4.
That is so funny.
And then I wrote that the Asian man with the long hair talking to Carly was hot.
I don't
Cameron
know.
said that while we were watching the episode, and I told her to stop simping. But in my second watch, I saw the vision.
Look, I don't want to make this sound like what is a way to say someone is attractive without it sounding like sexual? Because I want to say like he's like very like
Handsome,
he's gorgeous. I don't know. He's mad gorgeous.
gorgeous, gorgeous,
But
gorgeous.
that sounds I don't even know. Whatever. He's very beautiful.
He's on a
I
leash.
was taken aback.
He's ethereal. All right. I'm done. I'm sorry.
He's majestic.
Out of this world, godlike. He has guardian. No kidding.
Regal.
Not regal. And then I said Carly wants to give everyone the serum question mark because in that conversation it's kind of sounded like soon everyone will have this, and I was like, you want everyone to be super like powered? Like,
Oh,
I don't know,
that's what
that
she was
didn't
saying
make any
though?
sense. I thought that was what she was saying, but I wasn't sure because she was like, we have the last of it, and da, 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 da. I don't know.
Maybe she meant people in the camp. I don't even know. I don't know what that girl wants actually. I don't know what her actual plan is because right now it seems like she's just doing random stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I know she. I mean, like she stole the supplies. Like this could help us for 6 months, and this 6 months later stuff. So we know like she's doing some Robin Hood type, like steal
Mhm.
from them and provide
Yeah.
back to the people type of thing. But
After the 6 months, homie, once there's one world, wouldn't you still go to jail? I don't. Whatever.
yeah,
Whatever. Kylie, pop off.
Carly.
Pop off.
And then we have John and Lamar at the prison where Zemo escaped, and I was wondering how was John gonna use Zemo? Like, was he just gonna question him?
Probably.
Use his brute force to get some answers out of him.
You probably would have punched Zemo in the face, and Zemo just would have ate it.
Zemo definitely wouldn't have talked to him because, for one, he's a new superhero. He would have been like, "Bitch, I hate you. First of all, I'll kill you if I don't have these cuffs on."
Yeah.
Um,
Zemo would just mess with his head.
yeah,
Like,
he definitely wouldn't have complied.
and it would have been, I mean, obviously, a new cap is very fragile. He
Hmm.
got mad when a German citizen didn't know who he was as Captain America. If Zemo was up here like, bro, you stupid as fuck, coming in to tell you something, he would have been ballistic. He would have went
Not
crazy.
the bootleg Captain America talking to me.
Yeah, he would have been like, child, I'm gonna go back to sleep.
John definitely gives me small dick energy.
um, I
And
had
then
something to say. Oh, a darker version of Cap's theme plays when John Walker is when he's in Zemo's prison. You know how the Captain America thing is like "Dun, dun, dun, dun." That was horrible.
mhm,
But he has a theme.
yeah,
And there's like a version of it as John Walker. It just sounds bad and ugly.
interesting. I didn't notice that. But that definitely shows that he's turning evil because I wrote that he wants to work off the books now. Like when he was talking to Lamar, he was like, maybe we gotta do this a different way. He was like,
Mhm.
You mean
Okay, so it seems like he's gonna incriminate Sam and Bucky for breaking Zemo out of jail. It's like, yes, his inclination is correct, but his motivation is bad.
technically Sam didn't.
Okay.
I mean, he is an accomplice because he's still rolling with them, but but I said it's very clear that Hoskins is not supporting him right now. And like
Yeah,
I said earlier, we're definitely gonna see a divide between them.
yeah. Maybe he'll join Sam and Bucky and beat up New Cap and be like, yeah, that boy started tripping about halfway into the mission. So
Yeah, I mean, we're halfway done with the series and they still haven't gotten the shield back, but we know it's coming,
I
obviously.
think it's next episode, and I think they're gonna be in Louisiana. That's my
Like
guess.
the training scene, they definitely look like they're in the country.
That seems to make the most sense pacing wise.
hmm
And you know, they had the conversation on the plane. Did we talk about this? Where Sam was like, I should have just taken the shield and broke it because these symbols are harmful or whatever.
Oh
And
yeah, I wrote that. I said that scene made me think of like Game of Thrones, like with the throne, like the destroying of the throne to like break the machine.
mhm,
The
break the
ultimate,
wheel or whatever.
yeah. So yeah, Sam wanting to destroy the shield definitely made me think of that.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Sam. Like, I don't think you need the symbol for anyone to the symbol of the shield to like for anyone to like make positive change because Captain America wasn't Captain America for 2 years and he was still doing good stuff. Like when he was a fugitive from the US government,
Yeah.
saving Bucky, like he didn't stop being a hero just because he
And
stopped looking.
and then in Infinity War, I mean, he didn't have his shield. He had like that Wakandan like pointy shield.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they so
And that's just not anyone else's skill point. Like all the heroes have their stick. Wow, I did not say that wrong. That word right. All the heroes have their thing,
mhm.
uh, their skill set, and I mean, Cap's gone. Therefore, there's no need for a new Cap.
Yeah, and then
Everyone who's already there has their specialty.
and then Bucky said, "Fuck all that noise. I'm gonna take it." He's like, I don't know if he plans to use it, like be the new Captain America. It kind of seems like it. He's like, I don't know. He didn't really explain his thought process. He was just like, someone needs to have it that was close to Steve. I'm gonna go beat up John Walker and his sidekick and take the field.
We love to see it. I can't wait.
Yeah, I guess, and maybe that would give Bucky purpose being new Captain America because right now he's like, I don't know what to do. I have nightmares.
Okay, but at the same time, I feel like Tony in Homecoming, where he's like, if you're nothing without the suit, then you don't need it. And I'm like, Bucky, you need to work on yourself first before you get that dang shield. That shield is not going to give you purpose. You need to find it within yourself.
Yeah, I feel like also Bucky needs to yeah, be not traumatized before he because it could be like a bank robbery and then he just with a fake gun and then he just like decapitates the guy with his metal arm or something.
Uh huh.
Because he's crazy or whatever. Well, like he's been trained to be like hyper violent, and I just don't
Yeah.
know. Drop him into hero situations.
Mm-hmm.
What he gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Anyway.
And then we have the scene of them in Latvia, which is the end of the episode. And I said, question mark, Sokovia is gone now. Because it sounded like Zemo was saying like borders have been redrawn. So that's
Mhm.
one way the world changed in the 5-year blip. Apparently they have borders were different. They've been redrawn.
Mhm.
Sokovia is no
Well,
longer
no, I think
existent.
was that did that happen in the blip or did it happen immediately after Sokovia got blew up?
Hmm, I'm not sure.
Mm.
Either way,
Anyway,
the world has changed, definitely. Sokovia no longer exists for some reason. um, and then we see Bucky following the trail of Komodo beads from Wakanda, leading to is it Io or Ao?
I want to say Io, but
I want to say Io too.
yeah.
So we're gonna say Io. Hopefully it's not Ao, but leading to Io, which was a nice reveal. I was expecting a Koye, but I do like that they had Io because I mean she's underrated. Um,
Yeah.
she technically been in more MCU movies because she was in Civil War. But yeah, I said I love the Dora Milaje.
Mother.
Yeah, I said they're so badass, and I also love the music from Black Panther to this day. So I like the Warrior Dora Milaje Warrior song.
How
That
do you think that the conversation between Bucky and Io is gonna go? I think he's gonna go, please let me come back. I hate it here.
you think he's gonna beg to be taken back to Wakanda?
I don't actually think that, but that would be funny.
He
He
never
likes
he
Wakanda.
never had to leave Wakanda. Like, why did he could have went back after Endgame, right?
He could have, I guess. But then he got that pardon and shit. I don't know. Maybe he was like, living in Brooklyn will be fun. And he's like, no, it's not.
Mm.
This is actually horrible. So,
Yeah, I never thought of Bucky returning to Wakanda to live. That would be nice.
yes, he was chilling.
However, I don't think Io is going to be so forgiving of him breaking Zemo out of prison. um, there's definitely going to be consequences on that field as well. And then I also said I wonder if we will get a Shuri or T'Challa cameo.
Um,
Obviously, if we get a T'Challa one, this would be Chadwick's last appearance in the MCU.
if we get a T'Challa one, I will be skipping that scene. It would just be so sad. It was so sad. He, gone too soon, and he meant a lot.
Yeah.
That his portrayal of Black Panther meant a lot to the Black community, and it was a real big blow.
Oh
And I
yeah,
know I should be
I
like,
cried.
yeah, like I know I should be excited to see him one last time, but it would just be like, this is so fucked up.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel you because like whenever an actor dies before like something comes out with them in it, like I remember after Cameron Boyce, another very untimely tragic death happened summer 2019, right before like Descendants 3 came out. I was like, well, nah, I'm not watching that movie.
Yeah, like now I can't
Never
watch it.
seen
Thank you.
it.
Yeah.
But I have watched like Black Panther and Civil War and like Infinity War and stuff and Endgame since like I watched it in like the past month or so, and I did cry when he came on screen, not scene. Sorry,
I feel
um,
like that kind of work came on the scene.
when he came on the scene, to beat up Thanos, I cried. But it would make me happy to see him one last time in the MCU.
I think Shuri would be, it'd be, like it'd be cool or whatever, but I think Shuri would make more sense just plot wise because, she was the one who took care of Bucky, like his brain and stuff, and was like checking on him.
Mhm.
So they already have a relationship.
Definitely, yeah, I agree with that. I hope we get a cameo from either or both of them.
Why should be a cameo? Oh, we're only saying this because the head writer has confirmed that there's a cameo coming in episode 5, I think.
From who?
He didn't say.
Oh,
The head
okay, but
Oh, so you were just bullshitting right now? You're just spinning
yeah,
your
I
wheels?
came up with that on my own.
Oh, no, he said that there's a cameo coming,
Oh,
and
really?
he said you're gonna cry.
Oh, then it's Chadwick. It's definitely Chadwick. Oh God. Oh man, they should have just said that. Oh man.
Chadwick, I don't want to cry watching this. I don't like crying about my own life.
Ah man. Yeah, no, it's definitely Chadwick then.
Mm.
I'm excited, but like I know I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Any other predictions for the rest of the show? I mean, I said I think Sharon's definitely working for the Power Broker. We're gonna get a cameo. Um, John Walker gonna get his ass beat by Bucky, and that's how they're gonna get the shield.
I think Bucky's gonna die. I'm kidding. I don't think that.
I think
I don't
Mephisto
know.
is no.
I think Sam might get some kind of updated, like I think he'll be the new Captain America, but not necessarily with the title Captain America, if you understand what I'm saying.
Interesting.
Like he'll fill that role, like
Is
how
he,
he wanted him to, but he won't be like a fake ass pretty boy symbol.
are we gonna get like a fusion of Falcon and Cap?
Yeah, I think they might. This one thing. I think they're going to give him a Captain America-esque costume, like from the comics, when he becomes Captain America, but then just not call him Captain America. He's still going to be like, I'm Falcon. I'm the
It's
Falcon.
like equal.
Eagle.
That makes America plus bird equals equal.
I'm bald eagle.
Do we think any other Avengers are gonna show up?
Maybe Doctor Strange. Not even gonna lie.
Doctor Strange don't even make sense though.
Okay, but if we
It
think
makes
about
sense
what's
for
happening,
WandaVision.
if we think about what's happening, this is after WandaVision. Loki's doing something.
Oh, did you see the new Loki trailer that came
Yeah.
out?
Loki's doing something. He might be like, look, we need all the help we can get. Everyone's a mess.
So now you think everyone's gonna show up in Loki?
No, no, I don't know what I think. I don't know what I think.
I don't know. I don't feel like this is connected to Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness at all.
I think it might.
I don't know what it's gonna lead into actually either.
Yeah. It's like I don't feel like it can't lead nowhere.
Yeah, it's definitely gotta lead to something.
Well, it could lead nowhere, but
No, Marvel's not the type to just be like, and that's it. Everything ties into the storyline at some point. It's got to. But yeah.
Oh wait, his Captain America outfit's pretty fucking sick. Sam's
Captain America outfit?
Yeah.
Insert pic here. Sam's Captain America outfit. Thanks for watching this episode of CamSquared. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Okay. Immediately goes dead faced.